Barbara Ehrenreich, Dancing in the Streets, A History of Collective Joy. In Barbara Ehrenreich's illuminating exploration, Dancing in the Streets, A History of Collective Joy, readers embark on a journey through time to understand the profound impact of dance and collective celebrations on human society. This summary unravels the ancient origins of dance as a survival tool, essential for social bonding and group cohesion, and tracks its evolution across cultures and ages. From the ecstatic rituals of early civilizations to the contentious battles and eventual suppression by religious and state authorities, dance emerges as a touchstone for understanding societal changes. Ehrenreich deftly illustrates how the yearning for communal joy, stifled in various eras, resurfaces in different forms, such as the rock and roll rebellion, revealing a persistent human desire for shared ecstatic experiences. Through this historical tapestry, readers will uncover the critical role that collective joy plays in fostering community and resisting oppressive forces, offering a unique lens for interpreting both past and present social dynamics.
Dance, an ancient necessity. Dance once played a crucial role in human survival, intertwining with the daily struggles of early humans about 10,000 years ago. Even in the pursuit of food, shelter, and warmth, dance was not just an idle activity but a fundamental part of life. Contrary to the modern perception of dance as mere entertainment, early societies dedicated substantial time to this art form, revealing its deeper significance. The anthropological perspective, including insights from Victor Turner, positions dance as essential for navigating social transitions and fostering unity within communities. By synchronizing movements and rhythms, dance created a shared experience that reinforced social bonds, crucial for thriving in groups larger than immediate family units. These larger communities, typically around 150 individuals, benefited from the unifying power of dance, which likely afforded them an evolutionary edge. Biologically speaking, dancing in unison stimulates the brain's rhythmic responses, yielding intense pleasure akin to the joy of essential biological functions like reproduction. Just as sex promotes reproduction, dance facilitates community cohesion, a function equally vital for survival. Historically, dance also served as a conduit to the divine, with ancient rituals venerating deities such as Dionysus, Pan, and Krishna. Dionysus, the Greek god of wine, inspired ecstatic dances that merged mortal and divine realms. Pan epitomized nature's untamed energy through frenzied dances, while Krishna, in Hinduism, embodied the cosmic dance of life. These rituals not only offered spiritual worship but also fostered collective ecstasy and unity. However, as civilization evolved, particularly with the Roman Empire's rise and Christianity's spread, such ecstatic celebrations began to fall under scrutiny in some Western societies, reflecting a shift in cultural attitudes toward communal transcendence through dance. Dance and early Christianity. Christianity profoundly influenced Western perspectives on dance, transforming formerly pagan celebrations into rituals centered around Jesus Christ. Despite seeming in opposition, the early Christians' gatherings bore striking similarities to pagan festivities. These initial Christian services were lively affairs, complete with wine drinking, music, and dancing, practices that drew persecution due to their ecstatic nature, particularly amidst the pressing belief in an impending apocalypse. As Christianity transitioned from a fervent cult to a recognized church institution, its vivid, communal expressions began to wane. The crackdown on such activities became evident during the 4th century with leaders like John Chrysostom, Archbishop of Constantinople, who famously warned that where there is dance, there is the devil. Despite these efforts by church authorities to dissociate dance from religious practice, the lay followers of Christianity resisted. They continued to cherish the ecstatic elements, devising innovative ways to incorporate dance into their spiritual lives regardless of the prohibitions. This enduring tension reflects a deeper desire within the Christian community to blend ancient joyous customs with the evolving doctrines of their faith. The dance of power. In the medieval era, the pulsating rhythm of dance intertwined deeply with Christianity, despite opposition from church authorities. Many parish priests joined their congregations in dance, contrary to edicts from above. The Church grew wary of these unfettered expressions, fearing that dance allowed individuals to access divine ecstasy beyond its control. Attempts to suppress these joyous expressions only fueled a surprising reaction. Dance mania spread across regions like France and Italy. In these frenzies, vast crowds would dance relentlessly until exhaustion overtook them, a cultural phenomenon yet to be fully explained. Faced with these uncontrollable outbreaks, the Church conceded to a novel compromise: dance would be allowed during certain high holidays but restricted otherwise. This agreement birthed Carnival, a time when societal norms were turned on their heads under the watchful blessing of the Church. Carnival emerged as a vibrant festival brimming with revelry, featuring mock elections of rulers of chaos, boisterous dancing, and feasting. It was a sanctioned escape from reality, where for once, the status quo was reversed and the powerless could lampoon the powerful. These brief moments of sanctioned anarchy suspended social rules, granting a reprieve from the norm. However, by the 16th and 19th centuries, Carnival's spirit of rebellion became a source of anxiety for both the Church and state. The festival sparked unrest and occasional revolts, prompting efforts to suppress it across Europe. In the Protestant North, the reaction was especially harsh, with strict bans reflecting the era's austerity. During this time, the elite increasingly withdrew from these communal rituals, creating exclusive pastimes like ballet and opera that distanced them from the vibrant collective ecstasies Carnival offered. Thus, dance, a symbol of unrestrained joy and spiritual connection, became yet another focal point in the enduring tension between institutional control and individual expression. The dance dilemma. In 17th-century England, a dark cloud of melancholy descended, affecting noted figures like writer John Bunyan and poet John Donne. This so-called English malady, however, stretched well beyond England, casting its shadow across Europe. By the 19th century, melancholy was not only a medical diagnosis but also a deeply rooted artistic theme, influencing icons like Rousseau and Tolstoy. Those afflicted often showed signs of apathy and withdrawal, a marked decrease in life's pleasures. One intriguing question arises: could this widespread sadness be linked to society's suppression of dance and rituals that once sparked collective ecstasy? During this time, the Church and state systematically banned festivals and carnivals, possibly contributing to the rise of melancholy. Prominent thinkers like Lionel Trilling observed a fundamental shift in human nature in this era: the emergence of subjectivity and self-awareness. People started focusing heavily on personal identity and autonomy, often at the expense of communal joy and shared experiences. This increased self-awareness ironically led to isolation, as individuals became more concerned with societal judgment, fueled by urbanization, capitalism, and industrialization. These forces further encouraged competition over communal celebrations. Interestingly, many non-Western cultures have long recognized the power of ecstatic rituals, such as dance, in addressing mental and spiritual disorders. For instance, the Kung people of the Kalahari use dance as a remedy for spiritual issues, while parts of Islamic Morocco employ dance to treat severe depression. In Uganda, dance rituals play a crucial role in rehabilitating child soldiers. Although it's hard to establish a direct connection between dance and the treatment of depression, these collective rituals undeniably support healing through communal bonding, allowing individuals to momentarily lose themselves and find relief from mental burdens. Ironically, the Protestant and capitalist values that spurred melancholy's rise also suppressed rituals that might have served as its cure. The question remains: did the disappearance of dance contribute to Europe's increased rates of depression? What is clear, however, is that dance empowers healing through shared joyous experiences, potentially easing individual suffering. The illusion of ecstasy. Fascist regimes masterfully hijacked the allure of shared exhilaration, using spectacle to bind the masses. In today's world, we seem to live in a time devoid of the traditional festivity that once fueled communal joy. While the joyful chaos of ancient festivals has diminished, large public gatherings still captivate society. Infamous among these are the grand rallies orchestrated by Nazi Germany and Mussolini's Italy. American journalist William Shirer, who witnessed one of Hitler's rallies firsthand, noted that Hitler rekindled ritual and spectacle in a society that had grown bleak and colorless. These rallies transformed vast arenas into theaters rich with symbol-laden decor, drawing from a deep well of pagan and mythic Germanic traditions. Such settings ensnared individuals in a crowd, engulfing them in an experience that stifled independent thought. Yet, one wonders, did these rallies draw parallels with ancient Dionysian festivals, which were genuine celebrations of self-loss and transcendence? Or were they mere imitations of ecstatic events, devoid of the true, joyous spontaneity of festivals past? These fascist rallies differed crucially, they were spectacles of discipline, not genuine merriments. While historical festivals brimmed with disorder and joy, these events were meticulous displays of control, reminiscent of nationalist spectacles from the 18th and 19th centuries. Both Hitler and Mussolini, molded by spectacles of power, sought to channel public fervor within rigid confines. Activities like swing dancing were deemed perilous, with the Nazis even fearing the potential influence of African American musical rhythms on German purity. With scripted events that were heavily policed and mandatory, these rallies paled against the vibrant, unrestrained celebrations they pretended to emulate. Rhythm of rebellion. In the vibrant decades of the 1950s and 60s, rock and roll burst into mainstream culture, mirroring the ecstatic dance rituals of medieval times. These years saw an eruption of dance-fueled joy, particularly in the United States and the United Kingdom, countries that seem unlikely hosts due to their history of suppressing such expressions. Yet, it was precisely this cultural repression that made them ripe for the energetic outpouring of rock and roll, a genre deeply rooted in African dance, slave songs, and the blues. At the forefront of this musical revolution was Elvis Presley, whose provocative dance moves drew from global traditions, shocking audiences unaccustomed to such raw expression. His performances, along with those of the Beatles, turned music concerts into arenas of frenzied participation, where the sheer volume of fans' screams often drowned out the music. This phenomenon marked a shift from passive observation to a collective experience, challenging the conservative norms of the era. In earlier times, public performances involved communal participation, a practice that had been largely replaced by silent observation. However, humans are inherently wired for participation, with motion capable of triggering the brain to urge us into action. By the mid-20th century, opportunities for such communal engagement were rare, particularly for girls, who were largely excluded from sports and other physical activities. This exclusionary culture may have fueled the intense enthusiasm of teenage girls at these concerts, as they found an outlet for expression and camaraderie. This rock rebellion evolved into a youth movement that embraced a countercultural ethos, with psychedelics amplifying the communal, ecstatic experience. Although rock music's anti-establishment roots were soon overtaken by commercialization, the era of rock rebellion highlighted an enduring human desire for shared joy and self-abandonment. This cultural phenomenon underscored an ageless truth: the appetite for communal ecstasy and participatory expression is deeply embedded in the human spirit, tracing back to prehistoric times.
Barbara Ehrenreich's Dancing in the Streets reminds us of the enduring power of collective joy as a transformative force in human history. The book highlights the paradox of modern society's detachment from ecstatic communal rituals and the simultaneous yearning for such experiences, seen in the re-emergence of dance-driven upheavals like the rock and roll movement. Ehrenreich suggests that the repression of these joyful traditions has fueled societal malaise, such as melancholy, while non-Western practices exemplify dance's potential for healing and community building. The narrative cautions against the strategic appropriation of collective gatherings by authoritarian regimes, contrasting genuine festivals of joy with orchestrated spectacles. Ultimately, Ehrenreich champions dance as more than mere entertainment, but as a vital, deeply ingrained human practice that continues to call us back to our communal roots, challenging societal structures that seek to suppress these natural expressions of collective humanity.